Welcome back. We are live at Costas. It is the crab cake row. I blow out all my guests. They jump when they know what's going on. It's fine. I had the volume down a little bit. I've got the friends from Zacking Against Cancer. I got to do my promotion. We're at Costas. We're live, which means I'm frazzled, you know. The old nasty Nestor's back again. All I need to do is go live, and I become that creature again. The Maryland Lottery is giving us these 10 times the cash to give away. I've been giving them away all day long. My son's been out giving them away. We have a whole second batch. We're going to be at Coco's on Wednesday, Thursday at State Fair, Friday up at Pappas. Doing a good turn here for lots of charities, lots of community organizations. I think we're up into the 30s already on day 2. I tried to get to 100. I don't think I'm going to get I'm going to have 70 or 80 by the end of the week. But good stuff going on. My son has been kind enough to produce the show today. JR's been kind enough to try to keep us on the air today, and I'm appreciative of that. All of our guests have shown up on time. I've only cried once today, 3 times yesterday. We'll see how we get by the end of the week. I think the over-under is like a dozen by the end of the week because some of these stories have been tear-jerkers in various ways. Our friends at Window Nation, 86690 Nation, as well as Jiffy Lube putting it on. And it's real simple. You come out and that table's starting to get full. Look at that. I look up and there's more corn and there's more green beans. Somebody brought some peas. There's all sorts of macaroni and cheese. There's raisins over there. Those aren't golden raisins. I like golden raisins better, but they're good-looking raisins over there. The Maryland Food Bank and our friends here at St. John's Pantry, we've been doing this all week for local organizations. You bring canned goods, items for the Maryland Food Bank, and we give you a cup of soup or bowl. It's clever, I know. We're going to be doing this every year. We're not in Las Vegas. Instead, we're in Dundalk, and the weather's better here, and the company's better here as well. I reached out to a lot of people, and this is an organization that I have featured before. And the first thing I did in putting this week together, I did 2 pretty public things. I went out on the internet and said, do you know anybody that I should feature? And Zacking Against Cancer came up from 2 or 3 people in my world. And then I went through my folder of the community charity series that was sponsored by Cole Roofing back in after my wife survived, 2016, 17, 18, where I started doing this once a week every Thursday. It was sort of my church. Every Thursday morning I would get up from 7 to 10 and do nothing but these kinds of pieces because it made me feel good, it made my audience connect, and it really grounded me to my wife surviving and other people not having the same good fortune. So I had you guys on. Julie, I think I had you on. You said to me, I did the show with you before. You might not remember. I remember everybody's name. And if I don't remember you, you're in my email inbox, or I link you in. I'm sort of like a spider's web. You know, once you come in, it gets all sticky. And then, like, you can't leave. You know, it's like a house of horrors. So we have Julia here, and we also have Felicia here from Zacking Against Cancer. What's going on? How are you guys?
We're good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad your mics are working, the headsets work. Do you have some soup? Have you had anything to eat yet?
I have not. No.
Let's get some soup. We got to do this.
Absolutely.
Joel, you've been doing this a while, right? I mean, this is, obviously, tell everybody the Zach story because I don't ever assume people know. But it was brought to me by a former host of mine in the afternoon who's a big Terps fan. And it became something that was a little bit of a cause at my radio station when it first started. It feels like yesterday, but I know it wasn't yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. So you want the whole story?
Yes.
Yeah, so Zach was first diagnosed with brain cancer at the age of 10. My parents took him to Johns Hopkins, and the doctors told them, we're sorry, there's nothing that we can do. Just take him home and make him comfortable. I know. Luckily, Ben Carson heard Zach's story, and he said, I would like to operate. I'd like to give it a try. We have nothing to lose. So obviously, my parents jumped on that. And he operated and was able to get parts of the tumor out, but then with radiation and chemo, they were able to eliminate pretty much all of it. He had to learn how to walk again, how to talk again, how to eat again, everything that somebody that's 10 years old already knows how to do. But he was, after that, declared cancer-free, and he went on.
People ask about my wife. You ask about my wife.
Yeah.
And my wife is cancer-free. So that's
awesome.
Amazing.
That's a day, right?
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's been eight and a half years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good
It's
for her.
crazy.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you.
So he went on to Centennial High School, and I know you're a big sports guy, so was Zach.
I know the Eagles. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the Mud Eagles.
So was Zach, and he played football there. He was a manager for a while, and then his senior year, he was like, you know what, I'm going to play. And he had the shunt in his head, so my parents had to give him, like, the big helmet, and he was able to go out on the field and play, and he was, in his words, living the dream. He then went on to University of Maryland, where he was the men's basketball manager. Loved it. You know, big, like I said, big sports guy.
Mark Turgeon.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Gary was
So
there.
it is more recent.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
Gary was there 5 years ago, but I know Gary's been. I mean, the court's got his name. I've been doing this 32 years. It all runs together for me. So I did think it was Gary, but it was Turge. Okay.
Yeah. But he was sitting in class sophomore year, and his left hand went numb. And just being a cancer survivor, he knew that that was something that he had to go get checked out. So he went in, and unfortunately, he had another brain tumor that was also cancerous. So they operated on him, and about an hour out of surgery, he got out of bed, and he flexed his muscles, made this pose. And he told my dad to take his picture. And my dad's like, Zach, like, there's blood on your head, and there's, tubes everywhere. Just lay back down. We'll get your picture later. He's like, no, take it, because I want to put it on Facebook and let my friends and family know that I'm okay and I'm going to beat this. So he did exactly that. And within minutes, my cousins, Jonathan and Joey, got it. And they put up a picture of them flexing, and they said Tebowing is out and Zacking is in. So that's where the whole Zacking phrase came from.
It was a Tebow thing. It was
yeah.
a Tebowing was out, Zacking.
Yeah, because
so that gives you a range of where Tebow was playing.
Yeah, back then was when Tebowing was like huge. So it went absolutely viral. There were other cancer patients sending in their pictures, Zacking. There were people from all over the world, professional athletes. There were just hundreds and thousands. Yeah,
it was literally a movement.
It was literally a movement. Yeah. So a T-shirt company, Nightmare Graphics, reached out and they said, we would love to make a logo and sell T-shirts, and you can do whatever you want with this T-shirt money. Go to a big sports game, go on vacation, do whatever you want with it. But while Zach was in the hospital, he realized that not everybody was as fortunate as he was. This is a true story. He was sitting in chemo, and he left, got his chemo, left in his nice warm car to go to his nice warm house, and the girl that was sitting next to him was now at the bus stop in the rain waiting for the bus to pick her up.
We see these stories. Unbelievable.
Yeah. So that really hit Zach. And he saw a lot more in the hospital during all of his visits, but he wanted to help other cancer patients that didn't have that strength, courage, determination, hope that he had. So he took that T-shirt money and he started Zacking Against Cancer Foundation. He picked our board of directors. He was very active in it. We were having a golf outing. He helped start the planning of that, but unfortunately he passed away in 2014 at the age of 20.
So it's been 10 years.
It has, yeah.
When's 10 years? What year? When did he pass?
He
March.
passed.
March.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we're getting up on 10 years next month.
Yes.
Oof.
Yeah.
How are we doing? How are you doing?
We're doing good. Yeah. I mean, we're doing exactly what Zach would want us to be doing, and the number of patients that we've been able to help, I think he would be astonished.
Yeah. His pose represented, he always said it represented strength, courage, determination, and hope. And he was just amazing and showed that in the hospital. When he had it, he would have a cape on in the hospital, and he would go down to the hall to the pediatric center, and he would, all the kids loved seeing him, and he was always so positive.
I have to drink water when I start crying.
Yeah.
So.
And always said he was living the dream, because a lot of people always ask us, because our big gala is coming up, and it's called the Living the Dream Gala, and everyone always...
What is this? Let's do something good. What are we doing? What's Living the Dream?
Yeah, so Living the Dream was Zach's motto, and we named our gala after Zach's motto because he always said he was living the dream by being able to help others while he was battling and going through his journey, of cancer. Yeah. So that's why we named our gala. It's our big gala. It's on April 27th.
Hold on, don't April 27th. I'm trying. Yeah. Will the Orioles be under? I'm measuring everything by the day that happens, because I did buy this bottle of wine called the Prisoner. So April 27th, and where is
it's
it? What
at
is
Turf
it?
Valley Resort.
Okay.
So we raise a lot of our funds through our events. We have 3 major events, and the gala is in April. All of our events this year are at Turf Valley in Howard County. We usually do the gala at the University of Maryland on the basketball court.
Let me guess, you play golf there too a little bit.
Yeah.
I see. I knew. Right.
Well, I don't play golf.
All right.
But so this year we're moving it to Turf Valley because the arena, the basketball arena, is having a little bit of renovations done. But when Zach was the manager at the University of Maryland, they actually dedicated, after Zach passed away, they dedicated the manager's room at the University of Maryland. So it's now called the Zach Lederer Manager's Room. So, of course, the University of Maryland and the basketball team are very near and dear to our heart, which is why we've done our gala there before.
He a Terp.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Once a Terp, always a Terp.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got so many people in the Terps family that when this was happening, and I guess it happened right around. My wife was diagnosed 9 days after your brother died.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh.
Crazy.
I remember hearing the story about your wife.
Yeah, it was the same week, literally.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because it all kind of runs together. over time. But like, I was going to say, like, was Zach like 8, 9, 10? Like, what years was it? But it was 12, 13, 14, kind of sort of in that range.
Yeah, so he was 10 years old with the first diagnosis, and then he passed away at
But
20.
when I heard of him, when Zacking
yeah,
happened,
yeah.
when he did the Zach,
He
right?
was in, so he was, in college, 19, 20,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I would have said 10 years, but so you've done this gala every year, and growing this and in trying to follow what he'd want you to do. What's the conscience on doing that, to grow it, to do other things above and beyond? Because you guys are still out doing it, and I admire anyone. I've had so many friends die where friends get together and they do a golf tournament for a year or 5 or 10 in some cases, but it's sometimes things, you keep it going, the spirit of doing this.
Yeah.
I guess you feel like it'll never stop, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it'll ever stop.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
I mean, this is what Zach wanted. So why would we stop that,
Yeah.
Right.
So
And just the number of patients that we've helped, and we see the impact every day.
What are you doing? Tell me how you're helping people.
So we are partnered right now with 26 hospitals in the Baltimore area and cancer centers. So what we do is we help cancer patients financially. We financially support them if they have a copay that needs to be paid, they have rent that's due, they need transportation, they need groceries, they need their house cleaned.
We had a woman in the bed next to my wife.
Yeah.
Down at Camp Kimmel, and she had 3 children. This killed me. 3 kids. She was nauseous, and there was a patch. The patches are like $250
Yeah.
a piece, right? They were crazy expensive. And my wife had gone through her like nausea, and the patches really didn't help my wife as much as like Dilaudid and like
Right.
drugs and narcotics and different things. I mean, every day was a different drip with my wife into her. This is working today. This isn't working. This is making her sick. She threw up for days at a time, comas, the whole thing, right? But this woman, when my wife was feeling better at one point, this woman in the next room was throwing up and nauseous and awful, and we were trying to help her, and she didn't have insurance to get these stupid patches that would just stick on. It would make her give her comfort.
Yeah. So, I mean.
So when I see organizations doing stuff like that, I'm like, my wife was dying, and we called down for chicken soup because she was neutropenic and could only have water, literally. And they brought up a bouillon cube and boiled water.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I went to the Chinese joint and brought back proper chicken soup. Like literally, just give me some chicken broth.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But like, so when you talk about helping people that are struggling with their illness, nothing in the world matters more.
No, I mean transportation. It's a huge barrier between cancer patients getting
Well,
to
you
and
talk
from.
about being out in the rain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Crazy.
So we have all our hospitals have partnerships with Lyft.
Yeah.
We
Good.
have our newest program is called the Coping with Cancer Cannabis program, where we're bringing in, we help. Well, now that it's legal, but we will pay for the patient's registration on the website, and we'll get them, we'll let them know what products they need for their
Well,
symptoms
I'm going to
and things
introduce you
like
to
that.
Wendy Braun, Fine Curio Wellness.
Yeah,
She's my
so
chief
that would be
cannabis.
great.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
by you. I think she'd like to meet you.
Yeah, so
think she would.
that program is one of our most popular programs right now, and more hospitals and doctors are getting on board, and we are helping a lot of people with it through the cannabis program.
Well,
yeah.
you're going to get an introduction on that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
We would
yeah.
That's what I do.
So our program is called the Little Things for Cancer program because it is the little things. We're helping with groceries and food. We have a massage. We bring oncology massage therapists to the hospitals to give cancer patients hand and foot massages while they're going through their treatment. We have a Gimme a Break from Cancer program where what we'll do is we'll send someone to the Oriole game or the Ravens game or on a ski trip or a weekend at the beach just to get
The
them
new
away.
and improved Orioles?
Yes, the new and improved
That's
Orioles.
what I'm using.
Yeah,
That's going to be
absolutely.
under new management.
Okay, yeah.
I can't stop
We're
saying
excited.
that, you know?
I'm
I
excited
say
for
free the birds enough for
Yeah.
20 years.
Free the
Like,
birds.
now that they're going to be freed,
Yeah, I'm going to opening day.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going to be singing Leonard Skinner, Free Bird.
Yeah.
We'll be doing it all.
Zach
If
loved,
I leave
Yeah.
you alone. Yeah.
yeah, Zach loved the Ravens and the Orioles.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a big fan.
fan.
So just being able to send a cancer patient who just wants to get away from their diagnosis to the Oriole game or a Ravens game. For instance, we met a 12-year-old boy in the hospital for one of our programs, which is Zoe's Day of Beauty, and we bring in hairstylists and people to do manis and pedis on the children's floor, and we'll give them treats and massages because the parents can't leave when they're on that floor. And we met a little boy one day. He's 12 and he's a football player, but since his cancer diagnosis, he can't play football anymore. So we happened to be sitting there, and I said, "Hey, do you like the Ravens?" And he was like, "I love the Ravens." And I said, "All right, well, I'll remember that. If you want to go to the game, send me an email." He sent us an email. We got him to the New Year's Eve game. He was in the hospital for Christmas, but he was able to go. Just sending this family.
All my wife wanted to do when she was sick is go to Ravens game.
Yeah,
that was the measurement of her getting out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little thing, but it gives him a break, even for 3 hours. It's getting his mind, his family's mind, off of the
sense
cancer.
of normalcy.
Yeah, so that's one of our programs as well. So, but our Little Things for Cancer program, again, with the financial, the copays and the insurance bills, or really whatever. We will help with whatever. We've had people call us, "Can you shovel our driveway? I have bed bug." I mean, we will do anything that is really needed that they cannot really financially afford.
Felicia Fleming's here. Julia Lederer's here. She lost her brother, Zacking for cancer. They're doing a gala in April. I want you to support them. And how's your family? How's your parents? Give me a little update on. That's always the weirdest part. Because, I see people like you lose somebody. I'm like, when you ask, it's weird to ask, but.
No, I thank you for asking. Everyone's doing well. I actually just had a baby 9 months ago.
Look at how good you look.
Yeah, thank you. His name is Mason Zachary, after Zach. And
nice.
He's been really good. My parents are just loving having him around, and it's definitely bringing a light to all of us.
He keeps talking about maybe one day, making me Pops.
Yeah.
He calls me Pops, so I don't need to do that. But
yeah,
we don't have any grandkids yet, so God bless you, man.
Yeah.
I made him. Look how it turned out. So
seems great.
39 years later, we're doing all right. My son's producing today. We're here at Costas. This is only the second time I've gotten. That's 4 times I've cried now in 2 days. It's 2:04. I'll get there. Maryland Lottery, 10 times the cash. We're giving these away. By the way, Oprah, one for you. One for you.
Oh,
yeah, there you go. All right.
Yeah, me too.
Our friends at Window Nation, 866-90 Nation. I want to give them a shout out as well. They're taking care of people. 0% financing for 5 years. I'm getting doors this year. I did windows 2 years ago, saving money. I got that little crack under the door. It's time. The back door especially is awful. So that's going to be my commitment with Window Nation this year, is talk about some doors in addition to windows. Also, Jiffy Lube Multi-Care, taking good care of my car, your car. I went to the one on York Road, but you can go to any of them. They're all over the place, and they take good care of you. Our friends at the Maryland Food Bank are taking care of us today. We are getting tons and tons of, I got gold medal flour here, and somebody brought salad dressing. Thank God for that. You can't have a salad without dressing. So come on by, Maryland Food Bank. If you're in the neighborhood, we're giving a free cup of soup or bowl because the big game is this week. So it's a free cup of Super Bowl. We're calling it Crab Cake Row. We're going to be at Coco's on Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to be at State Fair. Friday, we're going to be up at Pappas in Cockeysville. So, give everybody the website, tell them what they can do, and other things beyond just your gala in case they can't come to that, because you must have a golf tournament, right?
We do.
We do. We have our golf outing is June 17th, at Turf Valley, and we have a big running festival that we hold at Turf Valley Town Square in Turf Valley. All the information can be found on our website.
I'm not going to run, but I'll serve drinks at the end.
Yeah, we have Bloody Marys, a beer garden, oysters.
It's a big party
great
after.
big party with a live band, so it's a very fun event. We try to make our events very fun. If you'd like to donate in memory of somebody, you can just go to our website. It's www.zackingagainstcancer.org. All the information, Zach's story, all the event information, and all of our program information is up there as well. One more thing I did not mention is we do high school scholarships as well, which that application has just gone up to our website. So any high school senior who's been affected by cancer as either being a caregiver or survivor, they can apply for our $2,500 scholarship anywhere in Maryland. Yeah. And the other thing I want to mention.
That's creative.
Yeah, it's very.
I love
Zach
that.
won a scholarship. He was awarded a scholarship when he was in high school. So, that was one of the first programs
Your
that we
parents
started.
like that day,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And one other thing I wanted to state is we help all cancers and all ages. We will help if you have been affected by cancer, and we also help the caregiver as well. So, yeah.
I needed help. Where were you?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember reading your story,
Yeah.
and we were just in our beginnings, and I totally would have reached out. If I didn't reach out, shame on me for not reaching out.
The hardest thing for me, I mean, it just in talking about it like this week in this way, people come up to me every day of my life, and they either mention one of two things. They were in the march at the Super Bowl 11 years ago because there were 10,000 people in that thing, or they ask about my wife, or both. You ask about my wife before we went on the air. Like, you might have been the 8th person today because they all think of her as bald and dying, and because that was.
I followed her story.
Now, like, she's beautiful and awesome and good and mostly normal.
Well, good. That's great.
She's still married to me, but you know, you can only be so normal.
That's a
when
wonderful
that happens,
story.
but-
Yeah, and
absolutely.
I remember I followed her story. I remember following you on LinkedIn.
Well, the man who saved her life's over in Germany.
Yeah, I remember you brought he comes to visit, right?
Well, she goes to see him because it's
Okay.
more fun to go over there, you know. But so she went over. She did 10 days with her sister, Amsterdam, Paris. They saw Madonna in Paris. Went to the Louvre. They saw the Mona Lisa, and they went to the football game with him. He's a big NFL fan.
Okay.
So they went to the Colts Patriot game on his birthday, November 12th.
Okay.
Oh, very cool.
So yeah, they paid too much money, sat on the roof for a crappy football game, but it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much cancer in this world going around. She's a lucky,
And
so
people
lucky.
doing amazing stuff. you know?
And everyone has been affected with cancer in some way. Friends, family. So it's just, we have a lot more to do. Going on our 10th year, and we plan on being around for a long time and helping a lot more patients.
All right, well, you guys crush me officially. I'm done. You have to host the show. I've been crying too much. Felicia Fleming's here. Julia Lederer's here from Zacking Against Cancer. You've heard about it. You know about it. Now we know more about it. And we got an update on it, so that's even better.
We
Thank you
really
so much for having us.
Thank you.
And the next time you come back, you can say, you had me on the last time.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yeah. So that offers
I'll remind
for
you
to come
every
back
time.
the next time.
Yeah.
I told my wife like the other night, I'm like, I'm going to be that host every time it says, well, we're out of time. I guess you'll have to come back next time. We'll have to visit again soon. So we'll do that. We're
We would
Costas.
love to.
I'm at Coco's tomorrow. You can come visit me there. You can come visit me on State Fair in Catonsville on Thursday. I'll try to compose myself during the break here. We're doing live radio, so I'm a little bit on a swivel. Doing 40 hours of live radio. I went home last night. My wife took one look at me. She's like, "Ooh, you gonna be hoarse by Friday?" I'm like, "Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm
is-
working on it."
I bet.
All right, we're back for more from Costas doing live radio. MC Vet, Mick Vet, coming up, and Misty Bruce is going to be here. I've also got some friends that just dropped by and said they have a cause, and we're going to talk about that this hour. So we're going to do. I have a whole bunch of people coming by, but my favorite guest, no offense to you, is going to be the girl who was in my elementary school play, and I haven't seen her in 42 years.
Wow.
Trish Woodward is here from Camp Opportunity. That's going to happen at 3 o'clock hour. Show Your Soft Side. Brian Marchetti, who plays Santa Claus throughout the east side of town, is going to be here. I hope he wears his outfit.
Yeah.
And St. John's Food Pantry here on behalf of the Maryland Food Bank. A lot of people, a lot of ground, a lot of things to cover. And 3 more days of this going on. It is a marathon, a radiothon, a nasty-thon of good deeds and good people. It is a cup of Super Bowl. It is Crab Cake Row. We're back for more from Costas in my homeland of beautiful Dundalk. I'm importing the Howard County people here for the good crabs. Stay with us. Back for more in Dundalk right after this.